Hello and welcome to Success and Wealth. I'm your host, Karen Kahn. And today I have the privilege of speaking with Gregory Freeman, who is the president of AdvisorServe. And over the next few minutes, Gregory's going to share some financial insights with us so we can realize greater success and wealth. So Gregory, thank you for being here today.
Thanks, Karen.
So all of us want to be successful with our wealth. What are you seeing people do these days?
You know, Karen, high net worth families are making costly mistakes every day. They just don't always take enough time to make wise decisions about their money. And I'll give you 4 good areas. The first one is they're paying more taxes than they need to pay. The second area is they're not setting up effective plans to transfer assets within the family. The third group are often not setting up asset protection plans so that assets won't be unjustly taken from them. A fourth group we see are families that are looking for help and charitable. They would like to do more, but they either don't know how to do it, or even if they did know how to structure a gift, they also don't know how to vet the intended beneficiary of that giving.
All right, so let's change the frame of reference here. Since your firm serves advisors, how should advisors be addressing these key concerns?
I think advisors should step back and ask themselves, are they asking the right questions? Are they asking what they need to ask to cover the wide range of needs that a family is going to have? And when they discover and when they consider what they are not doing right now, and it may be that it's something they're not particularly strong at, are they bringing in an outside advisor or 2 or 3 outside advisors? Are they creating a team around this client to make sure everything is addressed for that client? Do they understand the added value of doing that?
All right, so what is the added value you're talking about?
The word would be a relationship. Added value creates relationship with a client. When you have the relationship with the client, you're asking the right questions, you will undoubtedly find new opportunities for how you can help that client. You often may find new assets to actually invest that you didn't even know existed. This results in increased comp for most advisors, but it also puts them in a position to get better and more referrals, which we all need.
Right. So obviously this is all very important to you. What has made you so passionate about this topic?
It all comes down to a beach house.
A beach house, okay.
I called on a client recently, a gentleman who was the president of a telecommunications firm that everyone would know if they heard the name. But he's retired. He's now 85 years old. And his circumstances are not circumstances many of us would really want to have. He lives home alone. He has Parkinson's disease. His wife has died. He lost one of his children, and one of his other children has moved out of state. We went to visit with him, took him through a complete discovery process, and as a result of that, we realized that there was something here of great importance to him. It was a legacy. It was a legacy created through a beach house. Okay. And so what looked like almost a hopeless situation for a planner really turned out to be something that we could really work with and we could really help someone with, because this was a beach house like a lot of clients own beach houses, but this was the place where he could go when he was at the height of his career and break away and get grounded, spend some time with the wife and family. All the kids would go to the beach house. I'll bet you the grandkids have gone to this beach house every year of their life. And even one grandchild in particular who has Down syndrome. For him, going to that beach house and doing what the family did together, which in their case was they'd put on a play every year, and he'd be one of the key actors. Well, he told his grandfather that this was, for him, better than Christmas. And it was a big deal.
Wow.
So you can see this client had a huge bright spot in his life, and he wanted it protected. But we also knew this beach house was subject to 2 huge risks. The first one was estate taxes, because they could lose it easily in the estate settlement process. And even if it got through that, we often see properties that are then owned by multiple families, in the next generation, having controversy over how to pay for things, who's going to do what. And he just was fearful that his legacy would be lost. By getting together and planning this out, what we found was we could shrink his estate tax bill, by using certain property asset transfers, by setting up discounting opportunities, by moving growth and to future generations, and maximizing their use of the gifting opportunities, that this house would make it through the estate tax process. And then the second half of that was to create an entity to own the house, and fund that entity now before the assets were separated out to the various beneficiaries, so that we had a funded entity that set up the management rules and paid for everything needed to keep that house there.
Wow.
So for generations to come, they can enjoy this house now.
That is wonderful.
And if you're an 85-year-old with Parkinson's, you see the finish line.
Yes.
And this guy really benefited from this plan. I mean, this made all the difference to him. And that's what makes me so passionate about what we do.
So who are you looking for to work with your firm?
We actually work with two types of advisors. One group of advisors are those advisors who are basically investment money managers who would like to expand what they do and become true wealth managers. To do that means they need to employ an advanced planning process. And our firm would like to come alongside of those advisors and help them re-engage clients and find all of this out about a client so they can do it as well.
Right.
In fact, the case I just described to you was a client of an investment manager who was not doing advanced planning. And it sealed the relationship for him. The other group are attorneys, accountants, and those wealth managers who already do advanced planning, but who are a little bit short on where are they getting their life insurance intellectual capital from.
Okay.
And our firm, being part of the NFP enterprise, enables us to access all of the major carriers, know what's going on in the insurance industry, see all the latest designs, and provide good support to an advisor who wants to take control of that life insurance relationship. Because if they don't, they're subject to the risk of an insurance agent from outside finding their client who wasn't getting served on insurance, helping them with their insurance, and then taking them to someone else to do the investments later. We want our advisors to play offense, not defense.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights. Really
Thank you.
wonderful. And thank you for watching Success and Wealth.